So the title of this piece is New York Yuppie Yacht Club. I painted it when I was working a summer job on Monhegan Island in Maine, which is actually where I'm going to be spending this summer, which is why I'm not here for the reception for this exhibition. But the title references something that this person I'm depicting here, who's a local fisherman, actually said in a kind of a derogatory way about a lot of the guests that would come to the island, which is mostly like a vacation spot. But the few people that actually do live there full time, not always a big fan of the kind of flashy shows of wealth that you see coming around, like mega yachts and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of juxtaposing the working class people here with the homeowners and the mega yacht riders. So my focus when painting this was really on the composition. I wanted to lean into the horizon lines. So I have this hard line here between the sky and this island in the back, and then I've got the kind of next level is this wave break, these boats and the water leading up to this back island. And then as you move forward and kind of lower in the composition, I have this blue strip of water is going diagonal to the right, and then this boat is moving diagonal and to the left. And I just think that this, with the different kind of vertical elements that you see, like these workers standing kind of straight up, the trees going up, this boat's mast going up, I just thought it created like an interesting kind of network of lines. And I also, while painting this, really leaned into the underpainting. So you'll see different parts where there's this kind of pinkish red color coming through. It's more subtle over in this corner, but it really is apparent in these rocks. I kind of did the whole canvas in this pinkish red tone when I started this, and then mapped out the whole composition. And I really tried to be loose with my brush strokes and let some of that underpainting show through, just because this is supposed to be such kind of a light and airy painting where you're seeing light like dancing on water and beaming through tree leaves and whatnot. So I wanted to make it not feel too static by like closing everything in and using like hard brush lines. So you'll see lots of examples of that. And I just found that it really added an extra layer of color and complexity to the actual viewing experience. My goal with this exhibition was to kind of capture the subtle movements and patterns and rhythms that you can find in nature. Two of the best examples of that I found kind of when I was looking for them was light going through rustling leaves and then light bouncing off of rippling water. So in this painting, most of the kind of picture plane is taken up by this water. And you can see I've really flattened it into a almost two-dimensional color field with lots of blues here. And then up here where there's supposed to be light coming in, I use squared off brush strokes of yellows and blues to kind of mimic the effect of light bouncing off the top of waves. And just the same up here where you can see light peeking through leaves. I think that's just like one of the more interesting and subtle ways that you can add movement to a painting like this. And from a distance, it almost kind of buzzes, and as you get closer, everything seems to flatten out. And so that's something that I really leaned into in this work and also in the other bigger landscapes that you'll see across this exhibition. So yeah, this is New York Yuppie Yacht Club.